Okay, I'm back.
Alright, welcome everyone. We are live. It's Zenith Online Racing. It's Season 7, Tier 1, Round 11. We're in Japan at Suzuka Circuit. And it's break week next week, so another week off coming up. And this is the last race before that. We've got 18 cars here tonight. We did have 20 checked in, but only 18 have made it in. So we'll see if anybody shows up a little late. If not, 18 still a pretty good turnout. Happy with that. I'm Art Biga, joined once again by GP Colin. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing awesome. How are you, Bigga?
I'm doing well, thanks. It is not my birthday. I don't know what Puff is on. He's been doing drugs. So, don't...
Happy birthday, Bigga.
Don't believe the hype. It's a lie. You guys are going to be upset in a month when it's actually my birthday, and you're like, oh no. You said it was your birthday last month. They're like, no, I never did. Is this some kind of prank that I don't know about? Do you guys have a channel where... that I don't know about? Everybody's in on it?
Well, I mean, you can communicate pretty easily with Puff, find out what the heck's going on with him. Maybe he's disoriented.
I think he's just being a shit stirrer for some reason. Anyways, it looks like Packer probably is the car at the front. Beck is up the road here. He's making his way through the hairpin there and towards the spoon curve. The old spoon curve. It's a tricky corner, and it's very important getting a good run down towards 130 yard. And I'm not sure if this chicane at the end of the straight has a name, but I always call it the Senna Prost chicane, because you know what that was about.
Yeah, teammates taking each other out, basically, right?
Exactly. Everyone knows what we mean. We'll figure out a name for it. Let's call it the SP corner. Senna Prost corner.
16 and 17 is the turn numbers.
We're going to ride on board with Beck for this opening lap. We get Packer quite often as the first car, so just ride with somebody else for our first flying lap of the session. Beck, very quick driver, very prone to mistakes, and let's see if he can keep it on the road here. Anytime he's able to keep the car facing the right way, he's a very quick driver.
Very well done through there.
Yeah. Move through the Dunlop curve, Degner 1, Degner 2. Little bit deep there. Yeah, missed that apex. And he's backed right out of it. He's invalidated, I believe.
Yes, he did. That's too bad. Well,
So
it's still early.
behind him there, one of the Haas drivers. Is it Rockstar? No. The Bag of Bones. Is Bones permanent in the Haas now, or?
Not sure.
I'm not sure either. I didn't see a reserve checked in for Bones. I saw...
Yeah, I'm not... I don't get notified when a Tier 1 message goes out to the drivers, so...
Fair. I have access to everything. The Overlord. No, he's got a car right in front of him back. Oh my. Bones was on an outlap though, so not a big deal. I did think he was going for that. Puff leaving the pits. Buzz on a lap. Huh. Why is the chase cam available to me rather than the broadcast camera?
Bag of Bones backed out again. I don't know what is going on.
That was bizarre.
Yeah. I don't know. Rex was behind him. I don't know if he felt he should just get the heck out of his way. Or
Sorry, the camera angle I got there was... It was alternating between the chase camera and the... Like, you know, like if you manually change your camera settings, you can, like, be behind the car?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was showing for Fuzz.
Wow.
Rather than the broadcast view, like up, like, you know, like from the side of the track or up above or whatever.
Right.
That was so weird. Never seen that. How long's this game been out? 9 months. Adri on the flyer here, I believe. Checking with Adri, we'll ride on board. He's making his way through the hairpin now.
A lot of medium drivers, medium tire drivers out there. Maybe just trying to get their bearings, get comfortable again with the track. It seems kind of cloudy. The track's probably cold.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Scavney's just set a pretty good timer, 29.4, just behind Fusions. Rex, Packers on provisional pole in the pits currently. Do we have anyone on a flyer? We got Puff on a flyer, just started his lap. So let's ride with Puff, see what he can do. I know Puff likes Japan. I'm not sure of his confidence around here, but it's a track he always enjoyed, so hopefully he can string together a good session here.
Ooh, oh, that was a lag or something.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Purple through sector 1, that's what it shows.
Maybe a little wide there, a little deep.
Yeah. Really, it's just about the speed you carry on the exit more than anything. It doesn't really matter where the car is.
And it's so easy to spin around there if you get on the throttle a little too quick.
Really nice job through the spoon curve. Keeps it on the track well. This looks like a pretty tidy lap from Puff here. I think this could put him into the top 6 maybe. 13.2. We don't really have a benchmark yet, so let's see what he can put together. The old SP chicane. Really good entry there. Jumps the curve nicely. I think that was really solid. This looks like a good lap. Into P9, so not bad. He's right there, though. I mean, a couple tenths, and he's right up to Jinnet's pace.
Yeah, I think if you were to ask him, he was probably unhappy with a few of the corners. It seemed like he went a little deep.
Yeah, no doubt. There's definitely time in that lap. So, and he's really fractions of a second off from Zimaglia Sensei at the moment. So, but they're on mediums, to be fair. Are they on fitted, or is it current or best?
They are.
They did set those times on mediums.
Yes. And yeah, now the top 5 are out on softs. Packer's about ready to start his lap.
See, it looks like he's just putting a couple laps in on the mediums, get comfortable, and he's probably going to switch it up. Obviously, you don't want to start on those tires anymore after running this many laps on them. Doing his fair share to rubber in the track. I don't think we have anybody on a lap at the moment.
Packer just started. He's in the S-turns. Doing quite smoothly here. That's... Oh shoot, I didn't start my broadcast. Damn it.
Delicious. Sorry, you didn't start your broadcast?
Solid.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till after this lap here. I'm following Packer around.
Yeah, he's looking pretty quick. Currently on pole by about a tenth.
I wish I could take that hairpin turn like that.
Yeah, he was very smooth through there. Rex on an out lap, just starting a flyer. You see Fusion and Scavney as well. Scavney's quite close to the front there. This is Scavney in the top 3.
Yeah, Packer just had purple sector 2.
Yeah, 4 tenths up I saw.
Wow, fabulous.
Oh, no. Big moment! Yeah, he's abandoned it. Oh, interesting. Let's get to Rex to see what Rex can do. He's down 3 tenths. Actually, not pushing. His battery's turned down. So maybe doing 2 warm-up laps? Adri's on a flyer, moving through the spoon curve right now. Let's see with Adri.
Alright. I'm broadcasting. Streaming.
Perfect. You're welcome, Grim. I don't know how this all began, but if you clip the audio, you can just replay it at your leisure. Or your pleasure.
Scabby's about ready to start his lap.
Adri just behind Rex, 200ths off. Very good time from Adri there. So Rex dives into the pits. He's Goofy Gibbon out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right up to the top there.
In there.
Yeah. 28.9. I don't know where he was sitting before this. Did he have maybe didn't have a time on the board yet?
To be honest, I don't know. I think he did have a time. I think he was out on the mediums the first time.
Fusions, who's up a 10th right now. Eggs to the spoon. Keeps it on the road. Nice in there. So Fusions could jump Rex and Adri here if he can. Yeah, he's up 2.5 tenths actually. That would put him just behind Packer. You can find another little chunk of time here. He could jump Packer. Potentially even go to provisional pole. What can Fusions do? Provisional pole. 28.8. Goofy Gibbon heading into the pits, I presume. Maverick not on a run. Scavney on a run. He's heading towards 130R right now. Stay with Scavney for the end of his lap. Scavney's going to have to... Yeah, that's going to put him potentially ahead of Rex. He needs a little more time to jump Packer. But he could get provisional pole if he gets this part right.
He went through the chicane quite well.
Nice job.
Well, P5.
Split the other guys. 1,000th behind Rex. So we presume Rex is going to be able to find another good chunk of time. His lap is still besting some of the guys who just put a run in with the track evolution as well. So.
Yeah, Packer is starting another lap here after fumbling in the last turn of the previous attempt.
I think we got Say and Puff also on laps.
He goes through the incredible.
Packer has invalidated.
Oh so, my.
In dire straits for Packer. Say is up 2/10. Let's see if that can, that would put him just behind Adri at the moment. See if he can find some more time through Sector 2. Alright, Grim.
So who's on the lap?
I don't even want to know. I'll just give you what you want. Leave me alone. McLaren off the track there, staying out of the way.
Puff's 3/10 up on his best. Excuse me. Beginning Sector 3.
That would put him
3/10.
Just ahead of Jinnit.
3:10.
Say just under 3/10 up. That should be good enough to jump Jinnit, but needs a lot more in this final sector if he wants to get any higher. P8. Let's check in with Puff. Puff up to 10th, so not finding the time he needs in the final chunk of the lap there.
Now he starts praying. He wants to be dropped back down to 11th.
Yeah, that would be... You know, honestly, I think strategy is a big thing in Japan. I think it's a really important aspect to doing well in this race. Tire management. Got some Moglis on a lap. Check in with him. 29.9 currently on the board. Needs a big improvement here.
Yeah, he's only 900ths up. Any word, drivers, if the race was going to be wet, dry?
Nobody has said anything. Just Grim putting his request in. You got a script you want me to read or something? If you want to drop that in there. Yeah, no weather updates, unfortunately. There's a Moglis. A little unstable there, yeah.
Wow, still. Wow, we gained all of that in the third sector.
Yeah. That's the thing. Sometimes you won't see much of an improvement until specific corners. But here comes Rex. He is up 26 hundredths right now. That would be enough to...
Oh, that bailed.
Yeah, it would not have been enough to improve. So he's thinking, you know what, if I bail now, I get another lap.
Yep.
I think that's a good shout. Everybody else on an out lap or in the pits currently. Bag of Bones putting his run in. He is down, it says for me. He is coming to the end of sector 2, so we'll see what the split is. Yeah, he's way down. He's not pushing, I don't believe.
Bushy is starting a lap. He was up in the first sector at 500ths.
Joshua's just exited the Degners. He's in the hairpin now, so let's check in with him. He should be our first guy done. Not a very good time on the board at the moment, but I wouldn't say I'd be surprised if he ends up on the podium.
Right.
A hell of a racer, just the qualifying leaves him.
Bushy lost a lot of time. Sorry, Bigga.
No worries.
Bushy lost a lot of time.
Bushy needs a lot of pace here. He's well down the order at the moment. Same with Joshua. He's way off. He's up 1.1 seconds on his previous run. That's still going to be a second off T-Money.
Wow, Goofy too. Maybe there's something wrong with my telemetry here. Yeah, it seems like he's backed off.
Wow, Joshua improves 1.7 seconds. Doesn't improve his position. P17. So.
Alright, third attempt here for Packer. Well,
just starting
third attempt since he set the lap.
Scavney and Maverick just started laps. We've got Goofy Gibbon. Goofy Gibbon going to start a lap shortly. He's done an extra warm-up. Well, Fusions has a huge moment. Huge moment. Just got on board with him, and he dropped the back end on the grass, it seemed, and the whole car just went round. So he's pretty much done. Scavney is making his way through Spoon.
The Packer's up a 10th through sector 1.
Okay, so a 10th for Packer that's pretty much what he needs.
He was 11/10, 1-1-1.
That's almost exactly what he needs to just beat Fusions. Scavney now making his way through the final chicane. What can he do for a big improvement? 29.002, just behind Packer's time. Let's go check in with Packer. He's on the hill towards the end of sector 2. 130R coming up.
3.5 tenths up.
Oh yeah. So he's going to be on provisional pole.
And that looked good. That looked good. Yeah. Yeah, he should.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah,
nice
by
lap.
over 4 tenths. It only.
Fusions not pushing. Goofy Gibbon up a 10.5. Let's see what he's got for sector 2 split. Not much. It's a very slight improvement. Looks like it'll be P3. Checking with Rex.
Ooh, invalidated. That's too good. Yeah, so Rex in P5, then that's a little far down the order for him.
Yeah, it is. I just got on board with Rex, and he's up a 10th and a bit, which might be enough to get him ahead of Goofy. Let's see what he can find here in the final sector. I think Seiya crashed into the barrier in front of Rex.
Yeah,
Rex
P2.
up to P2. Nice job. Jinnit up into P3. Yeah, that's sneaky. I didn't see that. Nice lap from Jinnit. Really good lap from Jinnit, actually. Could be a threat on the start there.
I think he's on another flyer. I mean, hot lap here. He's pushing.
It says he's done.
Oh, okay.
It says he's done on my checkered flag.
Okay.
I don't know who else we're waiting for at the moment.
You're right. I didn't look at that.
Scavney in the
probably
pits,
nobody.
I believe, is who we're waiting for. If he retires, we're good. think that's it, because he's in the pits, not like on track or retired. It's like a bug, I think. Anyways.
So Packer by almost a quarter of a second over Rex for pole. Quarter of a second.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
It is. Rex didn't look like he had that outright pace, but he seems to always be right on Packer in the race.
Yeah, it's one thing to set, a good quality lap. It's another thing entirely to set good lap during a race, lap after lap after lap. So race pace, as we call it. So, and obviously he has that. And Jinnett makes his first appearance, I think, in the top sector of quali.
Yeah, it's been a while since he's been up that high. So nice job from him.
Good for him.
Puff gets P11. That's a good spot to start in for the strategy. But yeah, I think Seye crashed into the wall on purpose because he didn't feel like finishing his lap. That's what it looked like to me.
So that's a no-no. He's top 10, so he would get a new set of tires. I don't know if he was trying to do that or if he did do that, but if he did, yeah, that's a no-no.
Interesting. I didn't think about that aspect. Does that apply to the game? Like, they have that logic installed? I would think it would just be the same set. But
well, I remember in years past or seasons past that we had issues with that, where people were doing that, and you guys put an end to that.
Interesting. Yeah, because if the tire got ruined when he hit the wall, then they would replace it, right?
Presumably, yeah.
Well,
so
sorry you started on a flat. Interesting. But either way, I mean, it's just not good practice, even if you don't get an advantage from it. Like, you can't crash on the track in front of people doing qualifying laps.
Yeah.
It's extremely...
It's not intentionally,
ignorant play, honestly. Like, it's...
If it was, in fact,
I get it. Like, I get whatever, I'm done. But just drive it back to the garage, for Christ's sake. It's not that hard. Anyways, maybe he made a mistake. It was on the exit of...
The last turn? The last chicane, or...?
Yeah, I don't think so, though. I'm trying to think of how far he was from the corner. I don't think he'd have lost the car that far up the road.
Because I know that is a tricky area. If you get on the throttle a little too quick, as it starts to crest and go downhill, it's easy to lose the back end.
Yeah. Oh, somebody readied up. I guess maybe it was time to go. Yeah, that's fair play, though. We do want to get the ball rolling as soon as possible, right?
Yep. We want the interviews done by 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30 sharp. 45 minutes to finish the race. 10 minutes for GP. Ask about that Ferris wheel in the background.
Well, the cars on the grid are hopping for me. I don't know if... Oh, they stopped now.
They're fine for me now.
I'm really excited
Digital
for
on the
race.
mediums.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I figured as much.
I didn't realize I'd have to reset my... There we go. My spectator menu. There we go.
Oh my goodness. Zmoglis and Puff. So Puff starting on mediums isn't going to get a chance to warm them up. I just picture the look on his face right now, and he's not happy about it, I guarantee it.
Yeah,
well, I guess Zmoglis was ahead, though, so did Puff run into the back of him, or who knows?
I don't know. I'm just coasting along with pole sitter Packer, so yeah, I didn't see.
That's rough. You need the warm-up lap when you start on the harder compound. Oh, Packer! Packer has nosed it into the corner on the exit of the Dunlop curve. That is very strange.
Better to do it now than during the race.
Sorry, it was the hairpin. It wasn't the Dunlop curve.
Nope, the hairpin, yeah. And
wow.
of course, it's very easy to do it there, but you wouldn't expect it to happen during formation lap. But
No. We'll have to watch out for that during the race.
Yeah, in your letter to the powers that be making this game, if you could request that the spectators get an opportunity to see what the weather forecast is, that would be great.
Oh,
I know you're going to write to them at some point.
Oh, who, me? I don't know, man. I have better things to do with my time than... And I mean,
it seems simple enough, right? That with the spectator that's going to be describing the race, they should be able to find out, understand what the weather is going to be like, I would think.
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like they have bigger fish to fry, though. They've got a lot of problems they need to iron out before we get perks like that. Anyways, it's time to go racing. It's round 11. We're on a break next week, so hopefully we get our fill tonight. Season 7 of Tier 1. We're at Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. We have 5 lights on, and we're off. Looks like a good start for Rex. Oh, they're bumping wheels down the straight here. And Jinnit going around the outside on Rex. Can he get the move done? Looks like a yellow flag back there, a bit of contact perhaps. Zmoglis and T-Money down at the back now. Everybody sort of settling in now on the first lap here. Nothing too crazy happening. Really just trying to get those tires warmed up. Yeah, maybe Zem just had an issue. I don't know. Or no damage, you mean?
Way back. Yeah, no damage. It doesn't appear to be.
This Fusion's putting some pressure on Jinnit here.
Ooh. Zmoglis just ran into the back of Rockstar.
Oh, he's out.
Wing is out. Yeah, I caught the very end of that. I really didn't see it other than seeing the wing go flying.
Yeah. Did he just miss the braking point?
It wasn't an odd area. I mean, if you look where he broke down, where he is, I mean, that's under the overpass, just coming out of the turn. I forget what turn that is, but a very weird place. That's not where you're braking. You're not braking there. You're accelerating.
Yeah, out
Maybe
of the second Degner.
Yes.
Yeah. So under the bridge there.
Yep, heading to the hairpin. So
that is odd.
And he cleared the bridge, the overpass, well, underpass. So yeah, I don't know.
Very strange. Zmoglis has had a very rough stretch lately.
Puff out on the medium seems to be struggling just a tiny bit. However, he has picked up a position.
Yeah, Goofy Gibbon putting a lot of pressure on Fusions at the moment.
Yeah, nobody's really breaking away.
We do expect the soft runners to be a bit quicker at this stage, but if Puff can hang on by within a second or two, you're probably going to be okay here. As these guys will start to fight with the DRS, and it'll be really tough for them to make the moves.
Yep. Yeah, if they start battling each other, because they haven't really... Nobody's pulled away.
No, not really.
Which is great for us.
It's fantastic for us. Just what we need. We need a nice, strong helping of racing before we have the week off next week.
So Rex is knocking on Packer's back door here.
Oh yeah.
And Packer trying to slide over to break the draft.
Yeah, the DRS is activated this lap. I don't think they're going to have it yet because the detection point was further back. Where would the first section be, I guess?
Where is this?
It really is just the main straight, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, because they're not giving you DRS down to 130R. That's just a recipe for disaster.
I have my trusty little map here.
Ah, you printed a map out, did you?
I got the track map.
I hear the paper.
Yeah, we have just one DRS zone, folks.
Yeah.
Not straight.
Let's go, Scabney, putting some pressure on Goofy here. Maverick in tow. So we're getting a good scrap here in the top 10. Puff still just losing a little bit of ground to the soft runners, but him and Josh, well, look at Joshua up to a P11 already.
Yep.
My lord, man, that he knows how to race. Reminds me of myself. Terrible at qualifying, very good racer.
And I'm sure he's very happy to see that there's another medium tire runner behind him.
Yeah. No, Puff and Josh were in a good spot. I think once the softs start to fall off, these guys are going to start squabbling a little bit down this main straight here. And that should help those guys close back in.
So
DRS active now. It is going to be a train here. Rex, it's going to be tough to make overtakes. Nice shot here on the front nose of Rex. We got Scabney out. Scabney is out of the session. Where did he lose the car?
It's down the front straight. Oh no, that's the safety. Oh, down turn 1.
Okay, so safety car. I did miss what happened to Scabney, but he is out, so we have a safety car. That's going to make things really interesting for the soft runners. They really weren't breaking away.
No. They would have to stay out, I would assume.
But if they put the hards on, do you get to the end? Are the hards viable here?
No, you're talking to the wrong guy. I never use the hards if I don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a great question.
I would think you're going 10-17 here for soft medium. Right? 10 on the soft, 17 on the medium.
I think it's doable. I don't know what these guys, their tire strategies differ from mine. They don't seem to get as much life out of them. So it wouldn't surprise me if they did come in and go to the hards. These guys have enough pace that they can withstand the negative aspect of the hard tires. They can drive through it.
Like Packer, Rex, I think they're not coming out in the lead though. Packer's pitting, Rex is pitting, everybody on the softs is pitting, which is pretty understandable. I think Puff's going to be the leader right now.
So looks like Packer's going onto the mediums. Rex
Puff leads the Japanese Grand Prix.
Happy birthday, Puff.
Happy birthday, Puff. And really, he's not in a much worse off position than the guys that just pit, because his tires are only slightly older. They're all kind of running on the same strategy now. That's pretty good. Puff's got to be feeling nice about that. He's got Beck and Fuzz behind him, who I think he had much more pace than. And that could work out really well for Puff. He might have these guys as a nice safe buffer. And Packer, Rex, Fusions, Jinnit, Gibbon, all going to be really close to one another like we saw at the start. This is going to be a really interesting race now. Early safety car shakes things up.
So Mr. Joshua did hop onto the hard, so we'll have a representative of the hard tire and how that works out. And you know Josh is very... Josh is just so solid.
Well, we know what he's like. He's going to the end of the race, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the podium at the end.
Yeah.
The guys he's really... Packer's going by Fuzz there, it seems. Switch back.
That's Verstappen.
So we should have the safety car in this lap, I think. Maybe not. The end of Sector 2, it would tell us, actually, so...
Correct, yep.
That's actually quite close to the end of the lap.
We have Team Money that's kind of trying to catch up.
Oh, yeah, he's way behind, yeah. We'll be doing another lap, I think.
Are we going to be happy?
Puff finally gets a chance to warm his tires up now.
Interesting. I don't know what Rockstar was on for tires, but he's on 2-lap-old softs now.
He probably did a quali lap on them. That's interesting. It's actually
Is that
not a
how that-
bad idea, because if there's another safety car and you have picked your way through the field with a much better tire, you could end up in a good spot, because I would imagine everybody's going to pit again. If there's another safety car, you got to pit, because then you're going to the end.
Yep. Yeah, he's really got nothing to lose. You know,
No.
he's got a lot of positions to gain. Everybody's going to be bunched up again. He's got some reasonably fresh soft tires with Josh in front of him on the hard. That'll take a couple laps to get those tires up to speed.
Well,
So,
really,
yeah, he could make.
yeah. The hard tire, like, I don't think Josh is going to be able to keep Rockstar behind him.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
And if he's able to, then Rockstar's race is over.
But he really doesn't have to. I mean, he doesn't have to force it. Josh's race is not with Rockstar, obviously. He's Josh's competitors are way out in front of him right now.
That's true. See that what kind of decisions he makes here. It'll be interesting. I don't think Joshua would fight him too much. Wouldn't really benefit him.
No, yeah.
But Rockstar needs to make some overtakes if he wants this to work. Gain position and then sort of lock it in with a fresh set of tires when everybody else has to change, then it pays off. But right now Rockstar's put himself in a bad spot if he can't make up ground. I presume
So
we're
we
going
got
racing
Ferrari.
now.
We got Ferrari on the podium right now. Both Ferraris. Look at that.
Yeah, and I think this is going to work out well for Puff, because he's going to have two guys on older tires between him and the rest of the field who were struggling to separate from one another. So,
And I strongly assume that those two are in a chat together. So when it comes to pit strategy, when they're going to box for new tires, they're going to be discussing that, since they're so close together.
and another interesting thing is there really is only one DRS zone, so it's not easy to break out of the train in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they've collided!
No.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's awful. Awful luck.
It is. It's not good news for Puff either, because now he's got the quick guys on him.
Yeah. He lost his teammate.
I don't think Puff stopped and started. I think Beck misread it, and Fuzz, I don't know, it just looked like Fuzz came out of the chicane thinking they were going racing and Puff hadn't gone yet.
But Fuzz was only like marginally beside him, and who was it? Was it Fusions?
Yeah.
You could see that he lost the back end.
So no, it was Beck and Fuzz that were behind Puff.
Beck and Fuzz. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Beck must have got on the throttle a little quick there, because he went sideways in front of Fuzz.
Yeah, and he took Fuzz with him.
Yeah, unfortunate for Fuzz, he put himself beside Beck. I wouldn't expect any reports on that, but if there were, I don't see anything wrong with what happened there.
You think Beck just made a mistake and Fuzz just was there?
That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
I was on board with Fuzz, and he did like slide beside him, preparing to make the very last turn down the front straight, and then Beck kind of came sideways in front of him.
Puff is already been passed by Packer. He's getting swallowed up here.
Fuzz must have got some damage from that, because he's already boxed. Oh no. Rex got a little hungry there.
I don't think that's a place to put your nose in. I mean, there's no room for two cars to go through the corner at full speed like that.
And unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. One or both of you is going to go around.
Fusion's nearly into the back of Puff there. And that's left the door open for Jinnit.
Yeah, Jinnit must be drooling right now.
Yeah. So Fusion's through. Jinnit all over the back of Puff here. Is he going to think about it into 130R? I think he's going for it.
And
oh my
Puff
goodness.
is not going to fight him.
No. Puff knew he was too slow to hang on to that one.
Too smart.
You know, though, Seye, after Seye, Puff's in a good spot. He can just kind of sit with this front pack and coast along. If Seye gets through.
He's got some straight line speed.
Yeah, he seems all right there.
I don't know if he was using his battery. I was on board with Seye, but it's a good sign for Puff, anyways, that he has that straight line speed over Seye behind him.
Because that's really the only place he can get by. It's going to be tough everywhere else.
Yeah, Maverick is under pressure from Rex. Oh, Maverick a little wide. And, oh wow, Maverick backed up. Maverick 3-second penalty for what? Huh.
Multiple warnings. So, well, there goes Jinnit making a move. Around the outside. Heading up towards the spoon curve. And Fusions hangs on to that.
T-Money's looking to get by Mr. Joshua. He's right on his tail coming out of the spoon turn corner. Load the battery into high. Get plenty of battery relative to Josh. He's got 80% battery. Josh has 46.
Here goes Jinnit. Here comes Seye behind, trying to get it done. Seye's through. Jinnit is through.
And T-Money is through. Yeah, Josh, I think those hard tires might be giving him a little bit of a hard time there.
Yeah, I mean, he's on the same life tire as guys on mediums. I don't think he should be expecting to get through.
And now T-Money's got Goofy all over him. And if you want to defend here, I guess you got to be happy a little bit that it's awful hard for guys to get by other than down the front straight. Oh.
Goofy had no business putting his nose in there. I don't know what he was thinking. He might have lost a piece of that wing. I think T-Money had every right to slam that door shut. You're gonna put your nose in there. You gotta expect something bad to happen. He was lucky it wasn't worse. Just feeling frustrated, I think, because he knows this is the second week in a row the competition's been out front and he's stuck around the back of the grid, right?
Yeah, he's in relatively unfamiliar territory for himself.
Yeah, feeling the pressure at the moment. So he needs to make some progress, and I can see why he's trying moves like that. Oh, we got someone gone around. It's Beck.
Rockstar has been able to take those softs up a few positions anyways. He was back in 11th? Up the P8 now?
On the top of Rockstar. Yeah, he's made up some ground for sure. Like, the compound difference seems to be effective here, but it's just a matter of how long can those softs really last. Oh, there goes Adri. Nearly into the back of Rockstar. Looks like the sky's cleared up a little bit too, so I'd imagine we're going for a dry race here.
I imagine the drivers will feel a little bit better, the tires will feel a little better under them.
Yeah, the warmer track now.
So let's see. Penalties. So Jimin has a 5-second penalty, Maverick 3, Goofy 5, and Beck 3. That's all we have so far. After 12 laps, not bad.
Fusions is dropped from the session, so he's going to be a ghost for a moment. T-Money really under pressure now. Goofy Gibbon trying to get this move done. And he does get through. This is really important. Goofy Gibbon losing ground to the other guys, so he needs to get on with it now that he's through. It is tough. If you don't get that move done on the straight, like, it's, you know, you got a really long lap to finish before you get another shot.
Yeah, the only thing you could do is hope you get close enough and hope that the other guy makes a mistake.
Yeah, so
Otherwise,
entering the Degners here. Adri putting some pressure on Rockstar still. You got Puff going by Fusions now. And then Rex.
And yeah, I mean, Adri's all over Rockstar. Those 9-lap-old softs must be tired.
Yeah, I would agree, but they're also actually kind of closing up on the main group. So this is good news for Adri. He's getting a bit of a tow here from Rockstar. Is he going to go for it here? He's close enough to take a look, and then he's going to go down the inside. Brave move from Adri there into 130R. Gets it done. Rockstar really struggling now.
He's got DRS, he's using his battery. He doesn't have very much battery at all, 5%. But combine that with DRS and he gets the move done, no problem.
Scabney in the chat tried to pass Gibbon into turn 1, but that corner is so tricky side by side. So I think that's how he ended up out. I guess he must have caught Gibbon. Maybe that's why Gibbon's so far down the order.
Yeah.
Maybe caught him and took him back with him.
So, your buddy Puff, he's still in P5 on those 12-lap-old mediums. I think that's a win for him right now.
I would agree. I think the mediums probably have seen their best usage for the guys that have pit. They're probably not going to get much more performance out of these tires at this stage. So Puff might not be as bad. You know, the difference at first when he was on the 5-lap-old to the fresh, you know, pretty substantial, I would think. But 12 and 7-lap-old tires probably are performing
more similarly than
like they're a little closer than fresh versus 5. Worn tires are worn tires, is what I'm trying to say.
Yep. So Packer seems to be quite comfortable there up front. Almost a 6-second lead over Jinnit, and Jinnit has that 5-second penalty.
Maverick with the DRS going to make a move. He's alongside Puff. Oh, Maverick with a huge spin there. Did Maverick save that? He drifted all the way through turn 1.
He's okay. He's right on Puff's tail.
He saved it. He's going to be really cautious, though, with those tires probably really overheated right now. Just kind of needs to make sure he gets through the next few corners, and then he can probably start pushing again. What a save. I thought he spun the car, and he just drifted it all the way around the bend. Didn't have the greatest camera angle, but... Did you lose your intervals as well?
What's that?
You lost the intervals as well? I don't have gaps right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's gone right now.
We got Bones and Bushy just behind as well. And I'm watching Adri and Rockstar at the moment. Keep an eye on Puff and Maverick. We got Rex chasing down Seye. Jinnit kind of running in a little bit of a cushion right now. Got yellow flags popping up all over the place here. Puff still ahead of Maverick for the time being. Maverick is very lucky that he is still right behind Puff. And he's almost running into his gearbox there. Puff
Oh,
took
no,
a penalty. Pushing for that good exit. He's gone and cut the corner.
He's not gonna. Yeah, he shouldn't fight this too hard. Really, no reason to. You don't want to do
Yeah.
the swerving that.
He's got a bit of cushion behind him, so.
Lance Stroll,
Yeah.
swerving back and forth. We don't want that here.
No, I don't think Puff. I think CAA's setup may be an issue because it looked like Maverick's top speed compared to Puff was fine. So I don't think Puff's running anything exceptional, or maybe just CAA's got too much wing.
So, 14 lap old mediums. Do you think Puff is going for a one stop? Jumping onto he must be jumping onto the softs.
I'd imagine so. Rockstar's gone 12 on the soft, so I think Puff knows, at this point, Puff can put softs on and get to the end. He looks like he is starting to struggle on these tires, though. He's had a couple sloppy corners here. I'm thinking he's going to maybe pit at the end of this lap. I think you could bring the softs home from this stage. I don't think you're going to get much more out of these mediums, and I don't know how much. Oh, we got another yellow. That's Fuzz going slow. I would say maybe at the end of this lap he pits. He's going to go one more, I think. No DRS. He's very close to DRS, though. He's going to get a bit of a slipstream here. So, maybe worth staying out if he can keep the car on the road. Nobody else on this old of the tire.
Wow.
Rockstar.
Oh, Rockstar just makes it into the pit. Wow.
Whoa, he's retired.
Why?
He was in a decent spot, wasn't he?
Well, he's in P12.
Yeah, I mean...
But you never know. I mean, I wait all week. I'm just toughing it out no matter what. You never know what's going to happen out in front of you. There could be another safety car, and boom, you're in the points. So,
yeah, exactly.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know, man. I know it's easy to lose... I know it's easy to lose the spark sometimes when you're not having a great night, but sort of ruins the integrity of the league when people just retire because they're bored.
Yeah, that's it's not fun. You want guys that really want to compete, all the time.
Exactly.
And thankfully, that's not a problem in this league, though.
No, it does happen occasionally, but it's not like it's some rampant issue that we're seeing all over the place. Just for me, I'd prefer people just, like I'm devoting my time to this as well, broadcasting this, and it's not enjoyable watching people decide, this isn't fun.
I'm not having fun.
Yeah, well, nobody outside the top 10 is having a great time right now. Like, just keep going and you hope for the best.
Well, absolutely. You have to hope. Anything can happen, and this isn't a track where guys can lose it. You slip out. You might not get a safety car, but you can gain a position or two.
Josh has
just by guys. Go ahead.
Really killed himself with that hard tire strategy. He's gone out on softs, and look how far behind he is Puff. He's a pit stop behind Puff at the moment. Well, I guess a little less than a pit stop, but that's a lot of time. So how far can Puff go? When Puff gets back into the points, if he does get back into the points, everybody's within reach.
I think he can because T-Money's on 12 lap old meet. Everybody in front of him. I mean, if you look, everybody's on. So Puff, Puff wants us to go green, I think.
Yeah, I think so, because if everybody has to pit in front of him, Puff's going to undercut the entire field.
Almost. A good portion of it. He's not that far off the pace, so yeah.
That's a good point. Those mediums are going to be dead in about 5 laps. And there's still going to be 4 laps to go.
And I suppose it wouldn't be a bad thing either for a caution, a safety car to come out now, because he could stay out and he might be, he might get out front, depending on where the safety car if it were to happen, where it would happen.
Rockstar says he had to dip. I was gonna say, I do say that almost every week when someone retires. I'm just like, oh, you never know. Someone might, something might have come up and they had to go. Stuff like that.
Fair enough.
That is the case apparently. So.
And thank you for sharing that with us, Rockstar.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm not trying to like accuse people of things.
Oh no, we can only observe and
exactly, speculate really.
Interpret, and speculate. So
yeah. I like, to be fair though, like, it's not just Rockstar. Like, I've seen people go in the pits when we've seen it every week almost, like someone's just frustrated and they're not having a good night and they just decide, you know what, I'm done.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's just more of a general blanket statement, not to target anybody in particular.
So Adri, he's got Fusions on his tail, but Fusions get 3% battery life, and Adri's at 45. Now he has no way of knowing what Fusion's battery life is like, but
unless he's listening to you.
Yeah, unless he's listening to me, but he's using it going down the front straight just a little bit.
Beck is retired. Where is Beck retired? In the pits? I didn't see his car anywhere.
No, I don't know.
It's cleared wherever it is. Puff's made up a lot of time on the chunk ahead of him. Really closing in.
So we got two close battles. Bushy messing with Mr. Joshua, and then Fusions with Adri.
Also got
Josh
and Baboon.
Yeah, Josh is tough to get by. I think he realizes now at this point he's on the softer tire, he's on the better tire. He's going to fight a little more to maintain that position. Ooh. Yeah. Wow, Bushy's not really liking those medium tires. He really got squirrely there and lost a lot of time. And you can't do that when you're behind Josh, because Josh doesn't really make mistakes.
Yeah. Fuzz has pit again, I think, for a fresh set of softs. Yeah, Puff's made up a fair amount of time on Bones, but Bones, T-Money, Goofy, I guess if everybody ahead pit, Puff would be probably second or third, roughly.
I think that these guys in front of him are probably going to try to push those tires to the end.
I would think so, and that in that case is just going to benefit Puff huge because he's only got 2 laps on the softs.
Yep. Yeah, he just needs to drive mistake-free right now. Solid laps. He'll bring himself up into the points. He could probably drive himself up through. He could catch T-Money, I would expect.
Does have the penalty to worry about too.
Oh, that's true. Nah, but when you're on the track, you still want to pass somebody, regardless of whether you're going to gain hold that position or not. It's still satisfying to be able to pass.
So
finish on track.
Sorry, Jin and Goofy have 5-second penalties. So were those speeding penalties, or did they have some kind of collision?
I don't know.
I didn't notice them.
Yeah, they've had them for a while. I forget what lap it was when I went through the penalties, but I know Jin has had his 5-second for quite a while.
That could be interesting after the race if there's stewarding to be done, get those penalties removed. More of a reason for those two not to pit.
So I think that Packer is kind of relaxing a little bit to preserve his tires, because now Jinnit is only 3.5 seconds behind when Packer had 5.5 second lead, I believe, or nearly 6 seconds anyways. And Jinnit now is going to fall under pressure from T-Rex. I'm sorry, not T-Rex, but more or less T-Rex.
I mean, you're only missing 2 letters. I think he actually pointed out that it was something to do with his car, the WRX, and he put Rex as his name because of that, and then we just kind of jumped on the whole T-Rex thing, which is probably funnier to me. I think we'll just stick with that, T-Rex.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not offended by that.
No, I mean, T-Rex is a sweet nickname.
Badass.
Yeah, it's badass. If I was a race car driver nicknamed T-Rex, I'd be pretty thrilled about it.
So yeah, Jennett's got T-Rex right behind him, and he's gonna eat him up.
Those
But
T-Rex.
again, Jennett having himself a very good race here because
Yes.
compared to the way his season has been going, this is excellent. This is great. He's going to be really thrilled with this.
Yeah, at the moment he's on the podium. Seye is threatening, but
yeah, and the guys that he's battling are all on, they're on par, tire wear wise. At this point, 5 laps, 6 laps left to go. The drivers probably have to start thinking about avoiding mistakes. That would be very costly now to kind of go into the rocks, off track, whatever, into the grass.
And this is kind of when I predicted that the tires would start to become an issue. So we'll see how everybody manages that.
We got a nice little battle setting up here with Adri, Fusions, and Goofy. I'm sorry, Maverick, Adri, and Fusions.
Yeah, Maverick carrying a 3-second penalty, so these two are already ahead of him. Technically. But if they actually want to get a little further up the field, they're going to have to get by. There goes Fusions. Adri happy to take the DRS down the straight, it seems.
He's falling back quite a bit.
Is he trying to do the fuel saving again, maybe?
Perhaps. Yeah, the guys have been doing racing really well. So when you plan for at least a safety car or two or VSC, you got to be careful. You got to make sure that you don't put yourself in a bind if they don't happen.
We just had a mistake because it looks like he is keeping the pressure on here.
And Jennett's been able to hold on to Rex. He's still just a half a second behind, so Rex cannot relax. He's got the defending Tier 1 champion right on his tail. And he's about to have DRS. And they're on fairly equal battery life.
It's a heavyweight fight at the front now. Jennett and Rex. Looks like Packer's got this thing in the bag. Obviously, these guys going to the end now. We'll see what kind of degradation they have in the final few laps.
Rex had a much better exit out of that, what are we calling that chicane?
The SP chicane?
Cross, the SP,
yeah.
The SP chicane. So Puff right now is only 2.5 seconds out of the points.
Yeah, Puff is in a really good spot to threaten here, especially if the tires really drop off on the final few laps. He's in a great spot, but the moment he hasn't made up as much ground as I thought he would.
No, I'm there with you too. I really expected him to be able to make much better inroads into the guys in front of him, but I mean, a lot of fast guys in this tier, so
yeah, it's tough. Sometimes I guess Puff just, I mean, sort of the strategy just didn't really work out for him. He stayed out long after the safety car, and nothing, if there had been another VSC or safety car, get a cheap pit stop in, he's in a great position, but unfortunately he kind of just ended up having to bite the bullet and switch the tires, so.
Yeah, you get in that no man's thing where you start talking to yourself and just, do I stay out? Do I stay out and you know, hope for a VSC or safety car? So, I mean, you gamble, we gamble. I don't know if he did or not, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. And unfortunately for him right now, it's put him out of the points.
There's Goofy Gibbon taking a look at Adri. Very hungry. He wants to get every point he can out of this. He's carrying a penalty for 5 seconds, so he needs to make up some ground. He's got T-Money behind 12 seconds, so he's good there. But he's going to want to try and get ahead of Adri here. If he's got that penalty removed as well, this is important. Goofy Gibbon, just for context, leading our championship at the moment. Had a miserable outing last week. Packer scoring a lot of points, and now Packer again in the lead, and Goofy Gibbon only picking up a handful of points. So the championship is turning on its head the last few races as we head into the break week. So very important for Goofy here to get as many points as he possibly can. Beyond the halfway point of the season at this stage as well. So. Fusions running up to the back of Maverick here.
Yeah, I'm wondering how hard he's going to fight him, knowing that Maverick has time penalty. Obviously, if he's close enough, he's only got 3% battery life though, and so does Maverick.
Fusions taking a look. Trying to use the engine braking to get the car rotated through turn 1 and 2, but not quite there.
Yeah, at this point, Adri just needs to, stay right where he is, and maybe Maverick makes a mistake. Fusion's getting by. He's not going to gain anything. He's not catching Seye. So he's got P5 in hand right now. He just needs to stay where he's at, not make any mistakes, and he's good. However, just behind him, there is a lot going on.
There is. Maverick has got Fusions, Adri, and Goofy in tow.
It's going to be an interesting final lap coming up.
Yeah, indeed. Jin still putting some pressure on Rex out front. Even if he does get by, not a big deal. Check it out. Jinnit closing up to the back of Rex through the SP chicane. And making his way through the final corner onto the final lap. Jinnit with the DRS. Is he going to take a look? He is. Jinnit's got a shot at this into turn 1. Very deep it appeared, but Jinnit got the car planted and got through. So looks like Jinnit's got that place for the time being. Never know with the penalty removals as well. That could be for position. Goofy Gibbon and Adri going wheel to wheel. Gibbon trying everything he can to get through. Just not enough. Adri carrying that DRS as well. Was able to defend nicely from Gibbon. Gibbon harrying Adri through sector 1.
Yeah, Gibbon's got that 5-second penalty, so even if he gets by Adri, it's not going to benefit him any.
Unless it's challengeable with the stewards, we don't know.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I keep forgetting to think about that.
I think we can check at the end if it was a speeding in the pit lane and it's pretty cut and dry. There's really nothing to be done, but we'll take a look at the incident reports at the end and we'll see.
Great point. I wasn't thinking about that.
There you go. Nice little battle to the end. Puff Digital has caught up to Bones right on the final lap here. We'll check in with that at the end. Let's check in with Rex and Jinnit. It looks like Jinnit's got this thing at least on track. We'll see what the penalties. But Jinnit going to cross the line in a second. Packer wins it again. Huge resurgence for Packer here as we head into the mid-season break. Rex Jinnit round out the podium. Say with a really solid drive coming home in 4th. Nice job from Say. Maverick 5th. Fusions and Gibbon cross the line very close to. So it was Maverick and Fusions crossed the line very close. I guess the Maverick had the penalty. That's what it was. Fusions and Gibbon. 7th and 8th.
Way to go, Team Money.
And there's Puff trying to get by right at the end there. Bag of Bones 10th, Puff 11th. Team Money picks up a couple points. Bushy gonna bring it home in 12th. Joshua 13th. So not a great night for Joshua. Usually very strong in the race, just didn't seem to find the pace tonight.
Yeah, I think, like you said earlier, I think he was probably affected. His strategy was affected by the way the race went.
Yeah.
Pup. Yeah, I had my notepad. I didn't take any notes. Too much action going on.
You got 2 weeks to practice your note taking.
Yeah, right. I've never been good at taking notes. I'm gonna ask questions on the fly.
Yes, sir. That's the way to do it. 9:16. We got plenty of time for interviews now. Ryan Havinga, appreciate the comment. Great commentary, boys. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
It's always a slice doing commentary with my good friend GP Colin.
It's a privilege to be here with you because I just need to watch the race and chat about it.
Perfect.
You do the play-by-play, and I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, you just sit there and talk about whatever your little heart desires and
add a little color.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
not that any color needs to be added, but so we got Packer, Rex, and Jinnit. I think this is Jinnit's first visit to the podium this season.
I think he made it a few weeks ago. I do remember talking to him. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So Jinnit and Goofy got ignoring yellow flag penalties on lap 7. I wonder if that was from coming into the pits. Maybe they had an overtake on someone that shouldn't have penalized them. I bet you they're going to get those removed. I would think so. Because those sometimes... Yeah, those sometimes end up...
5-second penalty would bring him up to second. Jinnit. Right? He's less than 5 seconds. He is 4.82.
Did Rex have any penalties, though?
No.
If you were to take 5 seconds off of Jinnit's time, he's 10.2 behind Rex.
Yeah,
so shave 5 seconds off, he'd be 5.2 behind. He's still...
Yeah. He would be in P2, correct? Or am I...
Oh, no. Okay, yeah, so, I think you're right.
Yeah, he would be plus 5.2 from Packer. That would put him P2.
Right. That's fair. It is the interval from the leader, not the car in front. So, yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jinnit, because I did say if Jinnit finished ahead on track and gets that penalty removed, he could be P2. So, Packer first, Jinnit, maybe P2, either way P3, and Rex all on the podium. Then we also had, was it Maverick that had the 5 second?
He has a 3
Goofy
second.
Gibbon has 5 seconds as well, so where would that put him? That would put him ahead of Maverick and Fusions, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah, and maybe Adri.
Yeah, and Adri.
It would. He'd be ahead of Adri, so Gibbon would take P5. So that's actually not a bad result for Gibbon if that does get removed, that penalty. Anyways.
Yeah, he was so far back.
Packer, Rex,
to be
Jinnit.
where he is.
Let's get these guys in here.
Alright, you're gonna have to translate for me, because when Jinnit talks, I still have a hard time understanding him.
Really?
I love Jinnit, but I can't understand him a lot of the time.
I understand him, so I mean, if I hear silence, I'll be like, he means. It means beans do go on toast, yes. Alright.
Cool. What a great race. What a great race by T1, Tier 1. You know, what did we have? One safety car?
Yeah, one safety car.
And no VSCs.
That wasn't too bad.
No.
Only a couple crashes.
Stewie now, fellas.
Oh. Is that easier to understand, GP, or? He's putting on a voice for you. Where do you want to start, P3 or P1?
Stop with me, because I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed I didn't record my race, so I can't get that penalty removed.
Oh no!
That's only 3 points anyway. I'll be in 8th place with the points. Oh, don't matter. I'll win tonight.
Yeah. I guess it's not that big of a deal.
So we have everybody in here. I wasn't looking at the screen at the time. I know we have Rex and Janet, but is Packer in here?
Yeah, Packer's in here.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to start with Janet. Janet, great race, buddy.
Yay.
It's been a struggle for you for this season. So, how do you feel about tonight?
Pretty pleased. Surprised I got P2 on for pole, and then my race pace was okay as well. Obviously, Fusion's got past me because I touched the curb going into T1, and I pretty much paraslided for the corner and saved it instead of going into the barriers. So that was why I was behind Fusion's, and Fusion's it was the perfect opportunity for him because it was just as that happened, just as he went past me, the safety car. So.
Mm-hmm. So Ty's strategy going into this race was whatever it was for you. Did it play out the way you wanted to? Were you able to hold on to that strategy given the early safety car?
Oh yeah, my mediums were at 48% at the end. My fronts were the highest one at 48, so that would have lasted.
Huh?
48? 30 PSI? Hello?
No, just 48%.
I was at 71.
Oof. Yeah, but you must have been, you've got better pace than me, so you're going faster, more time.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's my excuse.
What happened to your Packer? Because he was 7 seconds and he went down to 2.5.
Oh, yeah, I did a 360.
I thought Beck might have needed you.
Well, doesn't so.
All right. Hey, congratulations, Janet. Glad to see you back up here on the podium. It's been a while, it seems. Rex. Yeah, I mean, compared to last year, I mean, the start of this season for you has not been where I think you probably would have hoped. But again, glad to see you back up here on the podium.
Before you go to Rex, I am going to get off because I am tired. It's 2:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
Bigger, GP, Rex, Packer, good race, good comms. Catch you guys again. See you later.
Cheers.
Thanks. See ya.
See ya.
All right, Rex. Great race.
Thank you.
Did it? So, were you frustrated at any point, or were you feeling like you should have done something that you didn't do, or?
Quali was a little frustrating. Got blocked at the end of my lap, my first lap by Bones. And then in the race, I was stuck. Yeah. I got stuck behind Puff, and he just braked where I wasn't expecting him, and I had to go on the outside, and he drifted out there, so I spun.
Yeah, so how did that early safety car affect your strategy? If it did.
It didn't really affect it.
No, not at all?
No, just pitting a little earlier than normally you would, but...
So, I'm trying to recall exactly what happened, but you were right. They're battling with Packer at the beginning of the race, and then there was somebody in between you guys, and I failed to recall exactly what happened, why you had fallen away.
Oh, that's when I was collided with Puff. That's when I went into the gravel, went off track. Then I just went push Wally a lot, switch the rest of the race to catch back up.
So what happened in quali that you were like not happy about?
It was just the first medium lap that I did, just heading into the final chicane. Just Bones was there, just trying to start his lap. So, unfortunately,
Bad timing.
Just bad timing.
Yeah. Well, again, congratulations. Glad to see you back on podium again.
Yeah, I had a push. I'm surprised I was able to close the gap so much during the race.
Well, you know, we were very well entertained. You guys had a great race, top to bottom. Obviously very clean. Only one safety car, and I believe no VSCs. So, congrats to Tier 1 and whole for such a great race going into the break week. So, again, congrats, Rex. Mr. Packer, congratulations, another win, buddy.
Yeah, 3 for 3 in the last 3 races, I think, so still going pretty well.
Very consistent, I know, and what has happened to you in the past has pretty much been self-inflicted. You've made mistakes, you know, nobody else has really taken you out or anything like that, so and today you were out in front pretty much the entire race, so you had to feel pretty good about yourself in the race.
Yeah, Japan usually one of my strongest tracks, so that was nice, but quality didn't exactly go the way I wanted. Obviously it's on pole position still, but there's still quite a bit of time in the lap, so that was the only thing really mad about that. Or the only thing I was really, I guess, flustered over, I guess would be the word to use, and then obviously that spin in the first sector wasn't too heartening, but I ended up going faster in the first sector after my spin than before it, so I don't know how that works.
Yeah, so yeah, we were, I mean, at least I was on board with you for quite a few of your qualifying laps. So your first attempt, you set a time, and then your second and third, you were unable to set a time. I was kind of surprised that you went ahead with another attempt, taking up that another set of softs, but obviously it worked out for you. Were you frustrated during the quali, given how it was going for you?
Yeah, kind of. There was time on the medium lap as well. I think in the final sector I made a pretty big mistake, and I could have done, I think it was a 28.8 on the mediums, but I messed up the final chicane, and then obviously I invalidated my next 2 laps, so I just decided it's better to be on pole than to be starting on the mediums right now, so I just try to get out as quick as possible and get a time on the softs in.
Yeah, great job too. I think you were nearly a quarter of a second faster than Rex. That's not easy to do. I mean, both of you guys are so darn fast. So, yeah, so that was a great qualifying lap, that last attempt. So, how did so take us through your race a little bit, given that you had that early safety car. Did that play into, did that bring into your strategy into question at all?
Well, it would have if I started on the mediums and hadn't gotten that last soft run in, because then I would have been pretty much forced to stay out or hit on the softs and hit back on the mediums, so that would have screwed over things quite a bit, but the safety car in the end didn't really change too many things. I was planning hitting around lap 8 or 9, so the tire wear was fine for the most part. I ended on like 70%, but besides that, strategy didn't change too much.
Okay, cool.
There wasn't too much to complain about on the first day.
And to my recollection, which is not the greatest, this is one of the few races that we've had here in Tier 1 this season where somebody has had a 5 to 6 second lead. So that was, for me anyhow, it was like, wow, this is different. Usually there's 2 or 3 of you up there battling, and so that, I guess my point is, that had to make you feel pretty good, seeing that you had such a great cushion behind you. You didn't have to push those tires. You could kind of relax a little bit, and it seemed like you did at one point, because I think you had nearly a 6 second lead, and then it dropped down to about 5 seconds, and I thought, oh, he's trying to conserve his tires. Is that what was going on?
Well, as I said earlier, before I spun, I I was just making some pretty dumb mistakes, not like committing through any of the corners really. But after that, after the spin, it was fine for whatever reason. I don't know what changed, but it did play into my hands, I guess, a little bit with Puff on the safety car, or after the safety car restart, getting that pretty big gap, and then Rex spinning, and then Jinnit and Fusions were battling quite hard for a few of those laps before he disconnected. So that got me out a pretty good gap, and then I think just doing some consistent laps, built that lead as well. So.
Cool. All right. Well, again, congratulations. Great way to go into the bye week, if you will. So, time to start practicing for the next race, which is 2 weeks away. And I think that we're all eager to see that next race. Unfortunately,
I don't even know what the next race is.
yeah, me either. I'm disappointed.
Check.
It's always disappointing that we can't, when we have to go into the break week, but you know what? The powers that be, they know what they're doing, and we just go with it, so that's cool.
GP really hates break week. He always messages me on the Monday, and he's just like, I'm so depressed. I was really looking forward to the race tonight.
Yeah, happy birthday, Bigga.
Happy birthday, Bigga.
It's not my birthday. I don't know who started this stupid rumor. Puff, goddamn you. You bastard.
You gotta think of a nickname for Packer now. I got T-Rex, now you gotta think of something.
Oh, you
all right, I'll have one for Netherlands in 2 weeks. That's where we're going. So I'll come up with a creature nickname for Packer. Maybe Cheetah, something like that.
There you go.
Maybe Gazelle.
You wouldn't want to. I mean, Cheetah sounds a little too much like he's cheating, and I don't think he's doing that. So.
Yeah, he's cheating.
How about?
No, I was thinking Gazelle because they do tend to trip and fall occasionally, whereas a cheetah never really trips and falls. So fast, but
thanks, Bigga.
They trip over your feet once in a while. Well, the formation lap was.
Oh yeah. I did that on Saturday too. I spun the formation lap. I don't know.
Yeah. Fuzz got into you. That's what happened. That's a Fuzz.
Yeah.
That's Fuzz behavior.
Fuzz Beck incident right at the safety car.
He stole the fast lap through by 20.
Oh, true. I feel like Puff would have had a much better race if those two didn't crash into each other on the restart, because he would have had a little bit of a cushion.
Oh, we were like, that's 2 ways to...
Well, that's 2 free positions, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Anyways, that's it for this week for Tier 1, and then we'll have Tier 2, Tier 3, Wednesday and Thursday night, respectively. They'll take on Japan to wrap up Round 11 of Season 7, and we'll be back for Round 12 in 2 weeks' time, a Monday night for the Netherlands Grand Prix. I'm sure everyone's thrilled for that one. After that, we got Bahrain, Portugal, USA, France, and then a 2-week gap to Canada. So a nice little stretch of tracks coming up. Starts off with Netherlands. Yeah, we got another break coming up between France and Canada. And then it's 4 races to the end of the season. But after Netherlands, not the greatest circuit, not everybody enjoys. But after that, we got Bahrain, Portugal, USA, and France. I think that'll be a pretty good little run. And we'll catch you in 2 weeks' time. Everybody have a great Easter, and make sure you find the eggs or the rabbit or whatever the hell Easter's about. Jesus, zombie, Jesus, I don't know. Anyways, we'll be back in 2 weeks, Netherlands. We'll catch you then. Have a great night.